Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Becoming a Hollywood star at a young age can have various different impacts on people. The pressure to become successful, skipping one's entire childhood, and jumping straight into the working class isn't easy, even for the strongest of minds to handle. In this installment, we're going to look at 10 cases in which childhood stars grew into troubling adults. Number 10. Dustin Diamond. Dustin Diamond became known for playing the nerdy and lovable Samuel Screech Powers on the television show Saved by the Bell. Everything went downhill from there. Diamond declared bankruptcy in 2000, claiming his parents were to blame for squandering his money, but reports show that he had plenty of money in his control upon turning 18. In 2005, Diamond and his alleged wife were interviewed by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, where they stated they were married in 2003. But in 2006 on the Howard Stern show, he mentioned her as his fiancée. And then a few months later on the Tyra Banks show, he referred to her as his girlfriend. In 2006, Diamond alleged to have mortgage problems, but this was discovered not to be true, and t-shirts he was selling to raise money were never sent to those who purchased them. Being a habitual liar isn't the end of his problems, as he allegedly stabbed a man in 2014 during an altercation at a bar. Number 9. Drew Barrymore. An American actress, author, director, model, and producer, Drew Barrymore is a descendant of the Barrymore family of well-known American stage and cinema actors. In 1980, she made her film debut in Altered States, and in 1982 starred in her breakout role as Gertie in Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial, becoming one of Hollywood's most recognized child actresses. Barrymore had a turbulent childhood, marked by recurring drug and alcohol abuse and 2 stints in rehab. By her own admission, she had her first drink at 9, began smoking marijuana at 10, cocaine at 12, and attempted suicide when she was 14. At 15, the actress was granted legal emancipation from her parents, where she continued to struggle. Drew openly admits she is crazy and uses the adjective when discussing her famous family. Fortunately, Barrymore survived, emerging as a strong, dynamic woman with her feet firmly on the ground, and continues acting to this day. Number 8. Winona Ryder. One of the most profitable and iconic 1990s American actresses, Winona Ryder made her film debut in the 1986 film Lucas when she was 13 years old. In many of her early films, she played quirky roles, including the eccentric Lydia in 1998's horror comedy Beetlejuice, and a teenager who falls for the title character in Edward Scissorhands. She became the subject of criticism, appearing in numerous tabloids due to her relationship with Johnny Depp and her 2001 arrest for shoplifting. Winona claims she started experiencing panic attacks at the early age of 12, blaming the pressure of working, going through puberty, and adolescence on screen for the attacks. Her bouts with exhaustion and depression led her to seek intensive therapy. Ryder would drop out of The Godfather Part 3, checking into a psychiatric hospital due to anxiety, exhaustion, and depression. She also revealed that when she was 20, she had an extra-large breakdown due to the struggle to cope with her catapult to fame from her hit movies in the 1990s. We're happy to say that as of late, she's still acting and hasn't created any drama for the paparazzi to drool over in a while. Number 7. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan began her career as a child fashion model when she was 3 and was later featured on the soap opera Another World for a year when she was 10. At the age of 11, Lohan made her motion picture debut in Disney's remake of The Parent Trap. Her troubles began when going through a breakup with Hard Rock Cafe heir Harry Morton. In a letter from James G. Robinson, he called Lohan irresponsible and unprofessional, mentioning various late arrivals and absences from the set, and stated that they were aware of the all-night heavy partying as the reasons for her being exhausted. In 2007, she was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol and was submitted to Promises Treatment Center. Less than 2 weeks after rehab, she was arrested for possession of cocaine, driving under the influence, and driving with a suspended license. This is only the beginning to her several antics, including pictures of Lohan and Vanessa Minnillo provocatively posing with knives, posing as Jesus Christ on the cover of Purple magazine, and calling the NYPD to retrieve her phone from a deli. Number 6. Mary-Kate Olsen. A fashion designer, producer, author, businesswoman, and former actress, Mary-Kate Olsen has experienced enough drama to fill several autobiographies. Olsen rose to fame with her twin sister in the hit television show Full House, where she told U.S. Marie Claire magazine that she and her sister were little monkey performers as children. While her sister Ashley Olsen has stayed relatively trouble-free, Mary-Kate has been put in the spotlight several times for a hard partying lifestyle, her battle with anorexia, and the death of her friend Heath Ledger. When suffering her eating disorder, those close to the star stated there was no single incident that triggered her decision to seek professional treatment. Mary-Kate stated that her experiences taught her that not tackling issues can only make the problems worse, and that it is important to talk to someone when something is wrong. Today, Mary-Kate seems to have put her problems behind her and devotes her time to the various fashion lines she and her sister run. Number 5. Macaulay Culkin. Becoming famous for his role as a child actor in Home Alone and its sequel, Macaulay Culkin was once regarded as the most successful child actor since Shirley Temple. On May 27, 2004, Culkin stated in an interview with Larry King Live that he tends to refrain from disclosing aspects of his personal life, though he would discuss his life as a child actor, the conflict with his family, including his estrangement from his father, and how he retired from acting at the age of 14. A few months later, McCulkin would be arrested in Oklahoma City for possession of marijuana and 2 controlled substances, alprazolam and clonazepam. The Inquirer would report in August 2012 that Culkin was hopelessly addicted to heroin and the prescription painkiller oxycodone. An eyewitness revealed that Culkin talked about killing himself and was distraught over his breakup with Mila Kunis. While Macaulay Culkin denies his drug problem, you can still see him periodically as part of the Pizza Underground band, or if you need that fix now, you can find a 4.5-minute YouTube video of him awkwardly eating pizza. Number 4. Miley Cyrus. Becoming a teen idol for her portrayal as the starring character Miley Stewart in the Disney Channel television series Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus has gained more and more attention in recent years due to her increasingly eccentric behavior. Brandishing weird apparel, showing lewd behavior, off-the-wall music videos, and several other disturbing incidents, it's hard not to believe the once lovable sweet child hasn't developed some sort of mental disorder. In 2014, she opened up to Elle magazine confessing her anxiety over breaking up with former fiancé Liam Hemsworth and that she struggled with depression. She tells Marie Claire how the image of Hannah Montana plays a big role in her acting out due to the constant expectations to be someone she wasn't, and claims to have gained body dysmorphia, a mental disorder via obsessive preoccupation of one's appearance, from the ordeal. Despite perhaps questionable antics, Miley is still selling out stages everywhere and has a very strong and loyal social media following. Number 3. Britney Spears. Performing acting roles in stage productions and television shows as a child before signing with Jive Records in 1997, Britney Spears was an international success after her first 2 albums, Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again, debuted. However, in 2007, her behavior became strange, during which she shaved her head, dabbled with drugs, and hit the LA club scene. Shortly before she checked into a rehab facility, she attacked a paparazzo's car with a green umbrella. In January of 2008, she was put under lockdown in a mental institution after she held her son hostage in her LA home and refused to hand him over to Kevin Federline, her ex-husband. She was hospitalized at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center after police arrived at her home and noted she appeared to be under the influence of an illicit substance. The following day, her visitation rights were suspended, and Federline gained full custody. Spears has since cleaned up her act and continues on her music career. Number 2. Amanda Bynes. After appearing in commercials and plays, Amanda Bynes rose to fame as a child star in the late 1990s and early 2000s on the Nickelodeon series All That and The Amanda Show. In 2012, Bynes announced she was retiring from acting. In April of 2012, Bynes was arrested and charged with driving under the influence after sideswiping a police car. In September 2012, Bynes was then charged for 2 alleged hit-and-runs, one occurring in April and one in August. But in December of 2012, they were dismissed due to a financial settlement between Bynes and the victims. On May 23, 2013, she was arrested for criminal possession of marijuana, reckless endangerment, and tampering with evidence when she threw a bong out the window. 2 months later, she started a fire on a driveway on someone else's property and then was hospitalized. At this time, Bynes' parents were granted temporary conservatorship and control over Bynes' finances. On October 10, 2014, she was placed in a temporary psychiatric hold for accusations her father molested her, then recanted the statement, then claimed he put a chip in her head that forced her to make such accusations. We wish we could tell you a happy ending, but we're still waiting to see if there will be one. Number 1. Michael Jackson. Famously called the King of Pop and the 8th child of the Jackson family, Michael Jackson was beloved by many in his time and still to this day. Reflecting back, Michael Jackson should also have been called the King of Pain, as his financial problems, broken relationships, body dysmorphic disorder, countless cosmetic surgeries, drug abuse, and questionable, if not criminal, relationships with minors were just the tip of the iceberg. Michael's childhood is no secret, with the loss of childhood for a career, a father who never validated or loved the boy, and an identity based solely on celebrity and public approval not helping the situation. To place more icing on the cake, Jackson dangled his son over a balcony of a fourth-floor Berlin hotel in 2002. On June 25, 2009, Jackson lapsed into unconsciousness while lying in a bed of acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication after suffering from cardiac arrest. Do you have an idea for a future Top 10 video? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and our website, top10archive.net. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your family and friends.